near impossible. But I wanted to give my hometown marathon, Boston Marathon, one more go. I felt like physically and mentally I still had what it would take to go through the training and to compete at the highest level. And as we all know, Boston was cold, really cold. And I didn't feel like I was able to execute the kind of race that I'm capable of. It's like studying for a test, and you think you're taking a history exam, but then you're given a math exam. And I just felt like that wasn't a good representation of my athletic ability on that day. So once again, after Boston, I kind of sat in the unknown of not really knowing what to do next, because I thought that would be the conclusion, like the perfect ending, a really great race in Boston. And because I didn't get that, I sat with Chris, I think in like May or June, and he said, "We'd love to have you back in New York." And I said, "It's too soon. I can't give you an answer. I don't know if my heart and my mind can go back to the training and do what it takes," because I poured everything I had into that, what I thought was my last race in Boston. He gave me some time to marinate in this unknown, and middle of July, late July, August, after having trained throughout the summer with my teammates at Bowerman Track Club and gone over to Europe and paced one of my teammates to an American record in the 5,000 meters, I kind of said, you know what? Maybe I still have this, and maybe I still have the passion and the drive to continue, and I did. So I contacted New York Road Runners and said, I'm in it for one more go. I know it's going to be so hard to top what I did last year, but I still think there's something to be said, and still coming and doing what I love, and it doesn't necessarily mean I have to break the finish line for it to be a success for myself and for everyone else.
Thanks, Shalane. Well, we're happy you did decide to come back, and it was a special race last year, and this year is equally as special coming in. The American women have really sort of put a stamp on the past 365 days of performance. Des winning in Boston, and really some other great competitors coming in. Molly, Steph Cruz, Allie Kiefer. If you could talk a little bit about what it's like in the American women running scene right now at that distance, particularly the marathon distance. It's been a bit of a theme throughout the day, so I'd like to hear your thoughts on it.
Yeah, I think it was Des that said this earlier, like a month ago when we were on the phone with some media, and I completely agree. Success breeds success, and I think the last year, having two American women do what we've sat around thinking it was like almost impossible. It felt impossible at times, and there were moments where I felt like this is never going to happen for me, and it may never happen for another American woman in the near future. But I think seeing the impossible happen really, if more than anything, it's just trusting our system and our process and giving the confidence that we need to keep putting ourselves in the position in training. It's been really fun for me to follow all the other American women on this journey to November 4th, because I feel like because of social media I can track how their training is going, and I feel like there's this enthusiasm that I've never seen, this willingness to completely throw themselves into their training and just crush themselves, and knowing that they're going to come back stronger for having done the training. And I think we have a swagger that we're bringing to this race and to the races forward.
So we have two folks with mics. If you have any questions, you can always just raise your hand. Otherwise, I'll keep talking. So if you don't want to hear me talking, you better ask a question. There's a question right there. I won't take it personally. It's okay.
You said in a recent interview that because of the win, you have the potential to now take more risks. What does that mean for you in terms of your approach coming into this race and your tactics you might pursue in it?
I think it just feels like I'm more like at peace and a sense of freedom. So to me, I feel just as excited, but there's a sense of peace and calm to my approach, and not feeling this desperation. And sometimes I think in the past it would make me feel like I had to force a move or force things. And there's an element of just kind of letting it flow. And so I feel like I'm open to the flow of the race. Whatever the other athletes decide they want to do on Sunday, I feel like I'm open to everything and willing to cover moves that maybe in the past I would have been more calculated about or held back. So in a sense, I just feel like there's this peacefulness, so therefore I'm willing to take whatever risks that I need to do.
Can you take us through a little of the training over the last few months?
I got started training late August here in New York. Was doing lots of doubles in the park, which was great for some visualization. And then shortly thereafter went up to Mammoth Lakes, California for 2 weeks, overlapped with my teammate Chris Derrick, who will be in the men's field. We put in great, solid training there together as housemates and cooking mates. And then I went to Park City, Utah, where I finished off the last month of training. So I haven't been home in like 6.5 weeks, but I felt like this was an approach that I needed to take to come in with the best physical and mental preparation to defend a title. The training has gone well.
Great. So you were here in August, actually a good segue, to take part in some programming with Run for the Future, and also I think to launch your cookbook, which you could talk about, but I think is it still a bestseller? Is it still?
Yes, so I was here in August for the Run for the Future program as they were about to take on the challenge of the Harlem 5K, the Percy Sutton Harlem 5K, and then also here to promote my second cookbook, Run Fast, Cook Fast, Eat Slow. And while we were at the event, we were notified that we became, for the second time, a New York Times bestseller, which is a huge achievement. I think I actually cried because it's those kind of achievements are out of my realm of anything I ever thought was possible for myself. And so that was like those kind of achievements, because I've only known athletics for most of my life, to have something outside of athletics be recognized on such a big scale, really important to me and to my co-author, who dedicates a crazy amount of time to making sure we have the best possible cookbook to give our fans.
Is there another one on the horizon?
Too soon to ask.
I think it's safe to say you're the first person ever to win the TCS New York City Marathon and have a best-selling cookbook. I think we could put that in the media guide.
I like that.
Talk a little bit about, you talked about the Run for the Future program and talking to the young ladies before the 5K run. I know you were part of that the year before when you actually ran with them. You can see the picture over there with you. Mackenzie. If you could talk about sort of what the vibe was like there with the 100 young ladies as they were ready to culminate, with the run, and what you were feeling and sort of the sense of the program.
So I had seen the Run for the Future program and participated with Mackenzie and Run the 5K and had an incredible experience, but my co-author, Elise, who's new to New York Roadrunners and their programs, seeing it through her eyes made me realize what a huge impact and how special the program was and what New York Roadrunners does. And we were able to speak to the 100 young women that night and listen to them speak, which was more powerful than anything, because you could see the transformation within 7 weeks from these young women who probably were not very active athletically before, and to see them grow this self-confidence and this self-worth and these friendships over the 7 weeks. And most of them went into the program thinking, well, I just want $2,000, to go towards college. I'm not really into this running thing. And then to see the transformation of where they're like, you know what? I I feel really good about myself. I feel really proud of what I've accomplished. I've made some amazing friends. We went through highs and lows through those 7 weeks, but we came out on the end and really extremely proud of themselves, and they really enjoyed the process. And the bonus on the end, it's like they forgot about the money. They were more into the friendships that they built, and then they actually may have gotten the bug to run. So it's an incredible program. So happy to be a part of it and included. It's been a gift to me, but having seen it through my friends' eyes really showed me how special it was.
Great. I think we have a question there from the great John Anderson.
So you described that picture. When you look at that one over here, what should we see there?
That looks like a confident, happy woman. You mean contrasting the two?
No, I just mean what's all in that picture. I mean, I see the champion. I mean, what do you see when you look at that?
That's a lot of hard work for that moment. Extremely, a lot of doubts and a lot of questioning what I'm doing, and then trying to rally myself, and a lot of really tough moments of thinking it would never happen. That is just like pure work right there. That's a lot of work to get to that moment.
Again, if you want to have a question, just raise your hand right over there. Barbara.
Shalane, you thought that your hometown race in Boston might be your last. What does your running future look like after about noon on Sunday?
What does my running future look like after Sunday? I have no idea, which is really rare for an athlete to not know, kind of, because we're all so calculated in type A and planning out our future, and especially thinking in 4-year Olympic cycles. But honestly, I have no idea beyond Sunday. So.
If you have just a question in the back.
Yep. Just wondering, your coach, obviously, Jerry, has had such success in recent years, but he obviously doesn't do that many interviews and stuff, so we don't know too much about him. How would you describe, I suppose, his approach to training, his methods, and to also his personality, what he's like to deal with?
I can't understand a word. I'm so sorry.
It might be the microphone, is it? I was just asking about Jerry Schumacher. How would you describe his training methods and also his personality?
So Jerry's training methods and personality? I've joked, but I call him my benevolent dictator. He is, he's a great leader, I can tell you that. And he's been a mentor of mine for the last, since 2008, so for the last 10 years, and it's been the longest coaching relationship that I've had. The most important aspect about him is that he cares, and every decision that he makes may not be agreeable to everyone, including his athletes, but at the end of the day, I know he always is making decisions to put me in the best possible position to fulfill my goal, whatever my goal is. But he's a fantastic leader, and I think that comes from his background, having been a collegiate coach to a bunch of young men at University of Wisconsin. And every year that Jerry's progressed, I started working with him when he first became a professional coach from the collegiate system, and I can tell you he's just become a much better coach with each year. As athletes, we get better, 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 and then we're on a decline. Jerry's continuously getting better as a coach, and so I feel really fortunate to work with him because he has enhanced my athletic career, but then also, I think, been a great mentor to me in all aspects of life.